Hi, it's Jerry with ilovervlife. I've been looking forward to reviewing this product for quite some time. This is a portable refrigerator by a company called ICECO. This is their JP50 Pro model. It is a refrigerator only. We're down in Florida. We're going to be taking it to the beach. We're going to give this thing a great workout. Hi, it's Jerry. We have been coming down to Florida for as long as Joan and I have been married, which has been a very, very long time. And we are big beach goers. We love the beach. As a matter of fact, we're down in Florida right now. And we were contacted by this company, ICECO, to look at their portable refrigerators, their battery operated refrigerators. And when they contacted me, I wasn't interested in finding something that had a refrigerator or a freezer in it. I just wanted a pure refrigerator that would run on 12 volts to where we could hook it up to a portable power supply. That was very, very important. And I wanted something that was large. This is 50 quarts, so this is a big unit. We'll be going down to the beach tomorrow and we're going to fill it full of beverages. Joan will take her tea, and then we'll have other beverages, and then we'll have space for things like fruit and sandwiches that we'll pre-make and do all that. So we're really looking forward to really giving this a good shakedown now. And when we go to the beach, we go to the beach. We're down there usually till they are going to run us off. So I think tomorrow we're planning on being there 8 or 9 hours. So it's a whole day event, playing bocce ball and all those types of things. But what we normally do is we have a very large ice chest that we'll go pick up 2 10-pound bags of ice, and we'll fill that ice chest up. And the downside to that is every time we go to the beach, we're having to buy ice, so that's one downside. The second downside to it is if you have anything other than drinks or something like that, canned drinks, bottled drinks, things like that. So if you have food, fruit, all those kinds of items, you have a tendency sometimes to leak. I don't care how many Ziploc bags you put in it, you'll get something like that to occur. Can ruin your lunch or ruin your snacks later on. So I was really excited about ICECO contacting us. So they gave us the opportunity to pick what we wanted to review, and that's this unit. It's called the JP50 Pro. And the benefits are really, really interesting, and we'll kind of go through the specs here in just a few minutes. But before we do that, it is a 50-quart portable refrigerator. As you'll notice here on this side, it has wheels. It's got a handle that we can pull, so that's going to be handy at the beach as we pull it down to the water. So that's going to be real nice. It's going to get heavy. It's not that heavy right now, but once we fill this thing full, it's going to be a very, very heavy unit. The other thing that I really like about this, and this would be great like if we had it in the back of our F350 and we've got, however we pack it. Sometimes you have to be very cautious about being able to open it up in the front. It may or may not work well. Well, this has side opening, and watch this. You can open it from this side, or you can open it from this side. So it's ambidextrous for right-handers and left-handers, so I'm really glad about that. And very simple controls. So it's a power on. You set your temperature. It will go down to, I think, -4 Fahrenheit. So it could probably be used as a freezer. We'll not be doing that. And the other benefit of things, instead of like going to the beach, or we go to family outings all the time, we're always taking a cooler to these family outings. This is going to be really handy for something like that. But I'm also thinking about if you're in emergency situations to where you lose power and you want to be able to take critical items, 50 quarts of critical items, meats and those types of things, and you could take this, and plug it into a portable power supply and take advantage of that. So before we go into this, I want to show you one other thing. When I mentioned to ICECO that we would be using this with one of our portable power supplies, I said, but wait a minute, we've got something specifically designed for this unit. And that's this little unit right here. This is called the PB250. It's a 250 watt-hour portable battery pack. And it has the cigarette lighter adapter. It's got a standard USB-A and a USB-C, and then a readout You can charge it using a cigarette lighter adapter if you need to be able to do that. And of course, the way we'll charge it up tonight to make sure it's capped off, it comes with an AC pack as well, where you can just plug it into a 120 volt outlet. And here's the other thing, it's pretty cool. It's magnetic, so you can just stick it to the side. Now this, we'll show you the inside. This also comes with a cover. So let's look inside, and then I'll start giving you some features. I mentioned this unit could be opened up on either side, so you can do that, or you can take the lid completely off. So I'm going to do that just to show you what this unit comes with. So it came with an instruction booklet, which looks like this, and it gives you all the features and functions and how to use the display. I'll show you that display in just a moment. And in addition to that, this is what I really like about this. This is the first time I've seen this in one of these portable refrigerators. This will work AC 12 volts, or it will work 120 volts. And I haven't seen one that would work 120 volts, and I'll show you the jack on that. And why that is important is you want to get this unit cold before you travel, because you don't want to run your portable battery pack down or put food in here like sandwiches or things like that, potato salads or anything with a mayonnaise base or things like that. You don't want that to be sitting in something hot until it gets cold. But it comes with your standard, cigarette lighter adapter, which we will be using most of the time. But tonight we'll get it cold. And again, it comes with a standard 120 volt plug. This is a US style plug that we can get the unit cold. And I think that's absolutely brilliant. Before, the refrigerators that we've looked at, we had to get a separate power supply that we had to use to be able to get them cold. Now the other thing I was not expecting, and with our other refrigerator we have, this is absolutely wonderful in the hot summer. So it's been down in the 90s, or up in the 90s here. So this comes with an insulated cover. I like this cover. I do wish that it was maybe silver. If you're going to be out in the sun, but again, you can see from the inside here. So this cover will be easy to slip on, and you'll notice it has that bubble wrap type information, and I can feel it's cushioned, so it's got some type of insulation that's in it. And this will make a huge difference in being able to keep this refrigerator extra insulated, especially in the hot climates that we have here. And then here you're looking at the inside of this refrigerator. It is quite large. Again, it is 50 quarts, and you'll see here that it does come with a basket if you want to be able to use that basket. I'm not sure whether we'll use it or not. We'll be filling it up for the first time. But then, so this is very deep. This is the deep side that will hold a lot of cans and a lot of other items. And then what I really like is your compressor on all these refrigerators is on the side, so you'll have a half space. And here's where we'll be putting things like our sandwiches and fruits and those types of things to keep those cold. So that's a great, this thing is large, it's very big. Let me show you the controls that are on it. So here are the controls. They're pretty basic. You got a power on and power off. You see I've just turned this on, so it's 78 degrees. And you'll see I've got this hooked up to that portable battery pack, and it's set for 13.6 volts. So that's what's coming out of that portable battery pack. And then you've got a setting here. So if you'll notice here, this is showing that it's on max cooling, and then they have an eco cooling as well. So if you needed to, say, plug this in AC and get it cold very fast, you could do that on max. But then when you want to go to the battery, you just hit your setting button, let that flash, and then hit the minus button, and now you can put it in economy mode. So I now have that in economy mode. And so that won't burn through the battery as quickly as it normally would, and it should be able to keep everything cold. So it's really just, that's it. It's just that basic to be able to operate this. I wanted to show you this as well. Here are your power connections. This would be for your 50 or 60 hertz, so it will work European. This is for your 120 volt connection. That would go here. And the plugs are different, so you can't make a mistake, and you can't change polarity on the DC side. You've got 2 pins here, and it does have a protection slot, so you can't put the connector in backwards. And then you have a USB-A connector here as well. I'm not sure what can be done with that. The only information that I see in the instructions is it says USB connector only takes effect when charging in DC power cord. So I'm thinking that when you have this hooked up to a 12-volt source, we'll be able to charge things like phones and those types of things with it. But I'm thinking that's what might happen. But we're going to give that a shot and see how that works as well. It really is a very, very nice unit. Let me give you just a few specifications here of what they say about this JP50 Pro. It's 28 by 13 by 21 inches in size. So you can see it's, you know, about an arm's length if you're thinking about how big it is, and probably maybe, again, they're saying it's 13.5 inches roughly this way, so just barely over a foot. It weighs 40 pounds, so it's not that heavy. You can see I can pick it up with just a couple of fingers. Again, empty, it's not that bad. And again, it's 50 quarts. And the operating voltages, it can work 12 or 24 volts DC, and it can work 110 to 120 volts 60 hertz as well. And then the temperature range, I find this very interesting as well, is -4 to a +68 degrees Fahrenheit, or -20 C to a +20 C. So when you're looking at something like this, it's really a very nice unit, very versatile. We could use it as a refrigerator or a freezer if we choose to do so. Again, I love the fact that it's got wheels. I really, really like the fact that we can cool it off with AC or use it as a 120 volt refrigerator, but the big thing is cooling it the night before so we can use it the next day. And the other thing I like about it is being able to use this power supply here that we can use for being able to use it while we're out at the beach. So we'll see how many hours that works. Is it 6, is it 7, is it 8? More or less of any one of those. We'll see how that's going to work. And, you know, just carrying this is so much nicer, especially if you're just looking at a day's activity, either at the beach or at a family function or something like that, and not having to lug around one of those 1,000 watt hour big giant heavy lunchbox type things. So it's going to be great. You know, it comes with a cable, the whole works. All right, I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to get it cold tonight. I'm going to put the cover on it, get it ready for tomorrow. The next thing you'll be seeing is Joel and I at the beach. Well, we made it to the beach, and if you can hear it, the high tide is roaring. It is really, really, really something out here today. Here, I'll just show you. Yep. Nobody can drive out on the beach yet until the tide comes down, but that's not going to stop us. We are down here for the duration. And there's Joel. You'll see him over here. Here's our setup. This is typical Daytona and the I Love RV Life crowd hanging out here. And here is our new ICECO. It is doing great. Here, I'll show you. We've already been down here about an hour and a half, seeing how it was going to handle things. So we've got the cover on it, works great. You can see it's completely full of beverages and food. We've already had lunch. Doing fantastic. I'd say we've been down here, Joel, maybe roughly about an hour and a half or so. Yeah. So far, so an hour and a half. Here is our battery pack. The battery pack, I'm not sure if you can see that number. We're down to 86%. So I'm thinking maybe 8 hours or so. It's not too bad. Good news is we've got a nice cool breeze. It is loud. It's a lot of waves, a lot of high tide. That tide's going to be going back out. As we're sitting here, it's going to go back out. Cars will be coming back in a bit. And usually when the tide goes out, the wind will ease up a little bit. But again, we're in a cover. You know, this is we do one of these tent things. But I'm pretty impressed with the ICECO so far. I love this cover. It zips up and, you know, kind of holds, adds another layer of insulation. We left it plugged in last night. It took the temperature to where it was supposed to be. I'm looking at it now. We've got it set. We like our beverages cold, so you can see here we're at about 37 degrees is what the system says it is. So we don't quite take it to freezing. And that lid's coming, you know, up and down, up and down, up and down. So I'm impressed with this unit. I really, really like it from a standpoint that it's perfect for the beach. What do you think, Joel?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely perfect for the beach. It's nice to not have to fumble through ice.
Yeah.
And it's still as cold as if you did have a bag of ice sitting in there.
And it's not sloppy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
I mean, sandwiches, fruit. I mean, anything refrigerated in there it's a cool cooler.
Yeah, and in weight-wise, we had to park behind us and walk down a little bit. The wheels worked great. We just put it in the hard-packed sand, pulled it down here just like anything else. So it worked fine for that. And I would say weight-wise, if you were to have a large 50-quart cooler like this, and if it was full of beverages and 20, 30 pounds of ice, I would say this weighs no more than what that would be. And then, we had to bring it down a set of steps, so that was not a big deal. Joel got on one end, I got on the other. We put it down on the hard packed sand and rolled it over here. So it is going to get a lot of beach time as the year goes on.
Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely.
And Joel's a big golfer. It'll probably be on the back of a golf cart at some point in time. It wouldn't surprise me if that doesn't happen too. So anyway, it's our new go-to beach cooler. I'd like to thank ICECO for providing this. This is the JP50 Pro. They have a 40-quart model that is the same configuration. If you don't need anything this big, or you're looking for a slightly different price point, it is really, really a nice product. So it's going to get some heavy use. I would imagine if you see us at the beach in future videos, you're going to see that big old ICECO logo sitting there on the cooler as well. Now, if you're interested in getting one of these units, if you go down in today's video description, you will see a link for that. If you would choose that link, I would appreciate it. Or you can go out to ilovervlife.com and I'll have some specs and some additional information on this, as I always do. And there'll be a link in there as well for purchase. So again, our thanks to ICECO for providing this unit. We love it. And there's only one reason I do these reviews for RV living. And you know why that is, right? It's because I love RV life. He does too.
RV life.